Shout out to Ugly Vandross for sending me this story. And let me just tell you something. This story right here is literally like, I know I cover a lot of stories, but just reading the title of it and looking at this mugshot, especially after what this person did, they need to not see the outside of a prison wall ever again for the rest of their life. So in this picture, you see a boy by the name of Landon Hudson Durham. And he is now currently behind bars because he stabbed his mother and his twin brothers to death. But then after he did it, he went to bed. He went to sleep in the same exact house he just killed his mother and his twin brothers in. Woke up the next morning and went about his day by going to school as if nothing happened. And now you look at this mugshot and see the smirk go across his face. You can already tell. You don't even have to ask him if he has any remorse for what he did. His actions after he did it, this look on his face tells it all. And this happened in Alabama, by the way, and he's 16. A 16-year-old murderer, let's just call him what he is, in Alabama has been charged with capital murder for allegedly stabbing his mom and younger twin brothers to death. Law and Crime is naming defendant Landon Hudson Durham because he is being charged as an adult. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen, and I've been here for 19 years, said Talladega County Chief Deputy Joshua Tubbs, according to AL.com. It's the worst thing I've seen in my career. Durham allegedly slew his 36-year-old mother, Holly Christina Durham, and his 13-year-old little brothers, Branson and Baron Durham. He killed them at home at 3 a.m. on Tuesday, deputies said. Investigators suggest he might have gone back to bed. In any case, he later went to attend classes at Munford High School. The bodies were discovered after a relative tried to reach the family and couldn't, according to deputies. They told another family member and they checked the home, investigators said. They discovered the bodies and contacted the authorities, according to the account. This is the kind of crimes you see on TV or the media or the internet that happen in other places, or for it to happen here, it really hits home. Said Talladega County District Attorney Steve Giddens. Munford, like all communities in this county, are pretty close-knit, and I know they're hurting, and we are too. The defendant was caught at a local store without incident in Cherokee County. Local Sheriff Jeff Shaver said, according to the Gadsden Times. When authorities were on the lookout for Durham, they were reportedly told he could be armed with knives and swords. He only faces up to the life without the possibility of parole because he is a minor. Now, doesn't that sound just like the story that I just recently did? And they actually related it to another case that I just talked about in Utah, where you had a 16-year-old boy who shot his mom and his siblings in their home and tried to kill the dad. Like, these stories almost are parallel. Like, both are teenage boys. They're both 16. They both killed their family members without any remorse. They're both most likely going to be sent to jail for life without parole because they're minors and they can't give them the death penalty. I don't know what the death penalty, if that's on the table or not in Alabama. But yeah, he does not need to be outside anymore. Don't even think about trying to say that he is mentally ill. The same goes for that previous one as well. He knew exactly what he was doing. They said at 3 a.m. and see, at 3 a.m., people, for the most part, are sleeping. So if they are alerted by anything, they don't have the energy to really be that alert. So he probably went into their rooms and just started, went to work and pretty much hacked them to death and stabbed them in a way where it was an instant fatal wound. Now, they didn't say where they got stabbed at, but I'm guessing somewhere maybe like in the neck, somewhere around that area. Or maybe if they were sleeping on their back, maybe in the chest. But if they stabbed them in the neck, and it can hit them vocal cords where it would be hard for that person to scream. Now, listen. Like I actually posted on Twitter that I had did a series of videos. And they just got worse and worse and worse as they were coming in. And this one does not break the ice. Like, this literally is continuing it right here. This is insane. And the crazy thing is, looking at the dates of these stories, all of this stuff happened this week. Now, of course, by the time these videos get uploaded, it'll be well into next week for some of them. But all of this stuff happened this week. This is insanity defined. I know I said I'm not surprised, but goddamn, like, this is the society that we're living in right here. Like, he killed his mom and his twin brothers, went to bed after doing it, woke up, and went to school and acted like nothing happened. Like, talk about the complete disrespect of a human body, especially one that was your mother and your siblings. I almost don't want to know the reasoning as to why he did it, but somewhere in the back of my mind, I kind of do want to know why he did it. Like, what would make you do something like that? Same thing goes for that one out in Utah. What would make you do that? What would make you think that is anywhere near okay? But like I said, the mugshot tells it all. He is smiling. He is happy about what he did. And I bet you it was something very minuscule at that. I bet she probably told him to take out the trash or wash the dishes, do basic household chores. But it doesn't really take much to piss who off. And like I said, they will kill on any day that ends with the letter Y. That day could also be today. We know that's not a day of the week, but it ends with Y. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this story down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter if you're not doing so already. Have your notifications turned on. Now we'll talk to you in the next one.